too.
Yeah.
Outside from Vassar.
And MLB Network, they always find the weirdest stats, like the fact that someone gets 2 hits at a certain age, and the youngest to do that.
There's a stat for everything nowadays.
They do have a stat for everything.
Vassar's 2-1. It's hit well into left field. Nino's going to have to go back and make the leaping grab. Are you kidding me? Nino Voltaggio. Tip your cap to him, and right on cue, he runs it back in to say, how do you like that, umpire? I actually caught this one. Nino Voltaggio.
I think Nino needs to go to the combine. He's got to go test his vertical.
Speaking of ESPN, Zuby. Da-da-da. Well, you got to love this. Antonio Onfroy changing his walk-up song back to the Lilo and Stitch soundtrack for the Hawaiian. Their early days of playing here. That ball skips into the glove of Arnone, but they're going back to their sophomore, junior walk-up songs as kind of a trip down memory lane for them.
Yeah.
You know, this is his senior day. Zuby, why don't you introduce him?
My brother? I'm introducing my brother?
Introduce your brother on senior day, Zuby.
What is there to say about my brother? Not a lot, because I don't like talking about him.
Well, I was just going to let you have a moment here. I mean,
no. But 400 average.
On the ground to Stevens. Going to get the lead runner in the throw to first. In time. 5-4-3 double play. Odo has been the key cog in turning double plays apparently today. Be back in a moment. On the Vanguard Sports Network, we're still scoreless through 2.5. Hey, Zuby. You want to get back to the action here instead of conversing with some of your fellow Italians, or are we on your time? Should we tell the umpire to call time?
Okay, JJ. Okay.
As much grief as you've given me, Zuby.
Yeah, but it's funny when I do it.
Chopped over to the third baseman, and the throw is going to skip in. Seal. What a terrific job!
But still get that.
Well, Adam Stevens, his throwback walk-up song did not work out for him. And now Caleb Oda, who only has 2 career hits, working against Rudgrove, who's been efficient to say the least here through 2 1/3. Odo rifles that one, and it was going to be a tough play. Now the shortstop Rivera is going to have a chance, and it's not in time. Caleb Odo has his first hit of the season and his 3rd career hit.
Caleb Odo with a bullet.
It was Sean Garcia getting an RBI single, and they just scored again. Arizona Christian now up 2-0.
Got the Vanguard faithful going with us.
Swing and a miss there, 2-1.
I think they more care about the HIU Masters game than senior day.
Well, this game doesn't really matter. We need them. We're the biggest Firestorm fans here today. Single. And he goes to the moon with that one, but God thankfully guides that one foul. 2-1 for Dean Toigo. Oh my goodness gracious. That ball made its way to the soccer field. A 2-run shot with 2 outs. Whoa, Zuby. That ball got out of here in a hurry. David Rudgrove, though, has been phenomenal. Of the 9 outs he's recorded, 5 of them have been via strikeout. Bella Chow goes yard. Cutting into this deficit. Nino Voltaggio goes yard for the 8th time this season, breaking a tie with Antonio Onfroy for the most on the team. Que calor que tengo yo. That's the song that Jesus Munguia likes, and that's the one that he's going to warm up to. Jesus Munguia is our new pitcher here, the redshirt junior at Anaheim, California. He will be honored with the seniors today.
He goes to show the skill that Munguia has just to power guys and get the strikeouts.
Blows one past Vanguard career that he could certainly be proud of. 1-2, the runner's on the move, and this ball is going to be skied high. Voltaggio will work his way underneath it back at the track, and he makes the squeeze for out number 3. Not without a little pomp and circumstance, though, as Voltaggio hangs onto it and now finally throws it in, as he still has a problem with that from game 1. Bottom of the 5th we go. Lions down by 1.
My oldest brother wasn't called Zuby a lot.
Zooey puts this one in the air to left. It's not going to get out as Toygo ruins the fun for the Vanguard Lions. We're looking for career home run number 1 from Zuby.
He needs to start hitting the gym, I swear.
Caleb Boto's now up, but by the way, our Vanguard softball team is up 3-2 on their senior day, their last home game of those seniors' career. That ball's going to get through, and Easter Hairston will move on over into scoring position. But
And I believe, did they do festivities before the game? Or
they're going to be doing
after?
it after, just like us.
Okay.
I was supposed to be working that game, but I got moved over here with you.
Yeah, that's what happened. Hey, is that what you told softball?
No, softball, actually, they were all wanting me to work, and so...
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Is that what you're telling softball, is they pushed you over?
No, softball didn't push me over. I was pulled over here. There's a difference.
Okay.
Shut up, dude. 4-0, by the way, is still the score in the top of the 4th now over in Santa Clarita. ACU still up. Whoa, duck out of the way there, Odo. How low can you go?
See, that just shows that Caleb Odo, not a team player, doesn't want to get on base for the next match.
He's looking for the money ball here. In the air to right field, Sims is on his way. Easter Hairston's looking to tag, and he stumbled out of the gate, and the throw is not in time as Easter Hairston. That was a bit of a close call in terms of him tagging up and then getting over, but the stumble certainly didn't help his cause. Safe nonetheless.
Yeah, I think if he gets an RBI, I'm pretty sure we have to get him in and out. I feel like it's only right.
On your dollar, not mine.
On my dollar?
I'm broke.
So am I, though. It was kind of
You're
like
the one that offered.
It was kind of a collective thing.
Oh, okay. Well, if we're splitting the tab, then.
Yeah, I pay for the fries, you pay for the burger.
Now, how is that fair?
He buys the drink.
Yeah, but of course you give me the most expensive thing to buy.
It would only be like just a regular cheeseburger. It's not like it'd be a double-double or a 4x4.
Caleb Odo, he takes his In-N-Out very serious.
What if we get him a Flying Dutchman?
No. If you're going to go to In-N-Out, do it right.
What?
Red grows 1-2. Swinging and a miss, and Casas trying to show off the blazing speed here. The throw in time. Couldn't do it, so the runner is stranded 90 feet away from tying this game. We have a 2-1 game here through 5. Back in a moment on the Vanguard Sports Network. On the ground to Odo. Does a good job. Drill work there. Throw was a little bit offline, but Omfroy not bothered by it. Having a meeting here with Coach Green. Dean Toygo up here. Might be wise to pitch around him right here. Toygo's been spectacular all day. Runners on the move. The throw. In time, Oscar Diaz now has his opportunity to throw out a runner. Saw Tevis Payne do it earlier. This time, Oscar Diaz with an absolute dot to clear the bases and put 2 outs on the board. Goo. Hard hit in the left field. Voltaggio will now make the trot back as the SpongeBob battery between Jesus and Oscar continues to be efficient. Back in a moment, going to the bottom of the 6th. Lions still down by 1 on the Vanguard Sports Network. Runners on the move. And that throw is high. Nino's going to be on the move once more. And Nino's going to get all the way over to 3rd.
Stolen base number 23, Manufacturing getting 2 bases on that one. And it was a bit of a delayed strike 2 call, but nonetheless, It is a strike.
I thought that was a walk.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I wasn't going to say anything about getting another stolen base, but then that last minute called a strikeout. And I think that's part of the reason what
Coach Pegg just had a conversation with the home plate umpire about saying, hey, he clearly came out of his stance. Umpire said just because he comes out of his stance doesn't mean it's not a strike. Fair point. 3-2. Swing and a miss. DeYoung shuts the door and lets out a visceral scream. So that might have been the last time we see the SpongeBob battery together, the end of an era. It's unfortunate, Zuby. Pitching change here. Shout out Jesus Mongoya on a heck of a Vanguard career on the mound. They exchange pleasantries, and as they get warmed up here, we will step aside here in the top of the 7th on the Vanguard Sports Network. Roughed up Nolan Inouye, so they're down to another reliever. On the ground here is misplayed by Stevens. Now Steven Costas will have to run over, and he applies the tag himself. Stevens kind of fell asleep at the wheel there, Zuby, and that's the second time we've seen in the past couple of weeks where Stevens makes a miscue defensively and then kind of doesn't realize, like, hey, the play is still alive, but heads up play there by Steven Costas to go over and apply the tag.
Yeah, Costas, and it looks like we might see another pitching change.
Yeah, love the gesture here from Coach Begg to at least let his senior pitcher get some burn here on senior day.
Here he is. I was wondering if we were going to see him today.
Well, you knew the answer. We were going to see Jackson Weber, Zuby. He has been too much of a Vanguard staple for him to not pitch today. Levitating by Dua Lipa will play, so we'll step aside and let Jackson Weber warm up. We've got more great news out of Santa Clarita. ACU has scored again. They're up 8-2 in the top of the fifth. One on. Come on, Firestorm. 9-2 now. They just scored again. Edmonds, 9-2. Arizona Christian is up as Weber checks in on the runner at first with 2 away. Zuby, come on, Firestorm.
We're always seeing him pitch, just the fact that he comes into a lot of games, but also just the amount of time that he's been here.
Stevens gets it on a short hop and fires over, and Weber gets the ground out. And that might be the last time we see him. So we go to the bottom of the 7th with a chance to prolong the game if we can have that. I mean, I'm rooting for more baseball or a walk-off here. We've seen senior day walk-offs the past 2 seasons, Zuby. See if we can get another one here on the Vanguard Sports Network. Well, Zuby, as soon as we saw the number on the jersey, we were ecstatic, and I know you especially, because this is the guy that you wanted to see earlier, the 6'5" junior out of Long Beach, California, transferring over from Cerritos. Number 19, Boom Ward. What a name.
I mean, one to call that or just talk about it. I mean, obviously he's a pitcher. You don't want the name Boom, but
Zuby trying to get a boomstick off of him right here. 2.66 ERA for Mr. Ward. Big swing there. An earned run and did not strike out anybody. This is going to be on the ground. Weak dribble over to first, and this should do it. So no heroics for the Lions here on senior day. I mentioned in about 15 minutes we will be doing senior festivities. But Zuby, this may have been the last game that we worked together. And I just want to say that it has been an absolute pleasure to be able to broadcast with you over the past 2 years. I felt like we were finally hitting our stride. Obviously, I don't know what holds for me next year in terms of how many opportunities I will have to be able to broadcast games with you. But I want to tell you what, you've been a terrific partner to do these games with. And I can't say enough about how much you've taught me about the game of baseball, some of the finer details, as well as some of the fun that we've had along the way, Zuby.
JJ, I wish you nothing but the best. I know.
Are you getting emotional, Zuby?
I am getting emotional.
What are you doing, Zuby?
Can I not get emotional about it?
Don't you dare start crying, Zuby.
JJ, I wish you the best because I know the bright future that you have. I hope to see you soon at a baseball game or maybe even a softball game. Who knows?
Well, if we get into the tournament, hopefully they give us some games. Obviously, we don't know what the scheduling will look like. We are the hosts for the tournament, so this may not be the end. But just in case it is, I want everyone to know at home how great of a broadcast partner you have been with me, and it's been nothing but a pleasure. Obviously, we might still have the Wednesday game as well. So
that's true. We're saying all this stuff, and yet we might.
We
might.
The
Who knows?
thing is, we don't know, so don't want to live with any regrets. I want to make sure that everybody at home knows how great of a broadcast partner you have been, Zuby. So thank you so much for what you have been.
Thank you, JJ.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes here for the senior festivities game, if this is it. Thank you so much for listening to what I have to say. I will be working the tournament in Irvine, but if this is the last home game at Dean Harvey Field for me, thank you so much for putting up with my nonsense as a broadcaster. Me and Zuby had a lot of fun doing it, and we hope to see you around. Obviously, I might be back next year as a broadcaster as well, but don't know what next year holds for me, for Xander Zubiotti, and the rest of our amazing crew here. I'm JD Johnson saying so long from Dean Harvey Field. Happy Senior Day.